YouTube. What up, YouTube? It's your boy number 4, and you know I got my ski. Alright, man, so today we got something a little different. Instead of reacting to some music, man, we got a little documentary. But y'all know how Travel Lil Ross do it. This 4 hours. I ain't finna hoop. Y'all gonna sit here with me for 4 hours? Exactly, gang. So what I will do, the least I can do is I can break it up, probably a little 10, 15, 20 minutes every day. So yeah, gang, that's what I will do. Break it up, get y'all probably a little 10, 15 minutes every day. Instead of y'all spending 4 hours with me, you spend a whole every day with me. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna talk too much, man. Let's get straight into the video, man. This is the mini murders of Lil Durk. Free Lil Durk, gang. And y'all let me know if y'all want me to keep reacting to this video. You know what I'm saying? Like the video. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. I'm on the road to 100 subscribers, gang. Let's do it.
Hey, in life shit, I don't really need nobody. I don't really even need nobody. I'ma take off, but they ain't tryna see me grind. All them niggas tryna see me behind them. I just went to Rollie, said fuck all the time. It just been me in the booth, nigga grind. These niggas be snake, all these fuck nigga grind. Telling the truth and they stay.
Disclaimer. Everything in this video is taken from public sources. I cannot be held responsible for content third parties publish. This video is a collection of rumors, lyrics, legal paperwork, and my own opinion. This video is covered by fair use and contains my own personal analysis and critique.
I know he didn't just say my own opinion. You know what? Let's do it.
Critique of publicly available information only. Visit patreon.com/traplordross if you want uncut, extended, and early versions of my best videos. In 2024, Chicago rapper Lil Durk was at the pinnacle of his career. One of the leading pioneers of drill music, the violent modern incarnation of gangster rap. Over the course of his 14-year career, he'd released a series of mixtapes and albums that cemented his place as one of the most influential and impactful gangster rappers in history, and earning him the nickname The Voice. Over those years, he racked up 4 Grammy nominations, finally winning one in 2024 for his inspirational hit song All My Life with fellow rap megastar J. Cole. The song went double platinum, selling 2 million copies by the end of 2020.
Hey, I just noticed I ain't reacting to no Lil Durk on this channel, gang. Y'all let me know if y'all want to see some Lil Durk reactions. You feel me? Let me know.
23. An uplifting anthem for the streets. It included an infectious hook where Durk claimed that all his life, people had been trying to hold him down. He rapped that they never thought he would make it out, but they couldn't take him, and they couldn't break him. In his verse, he admonished the media for calling him a menace and using his past against him. He rapped about sitting down with the mayor of Chicago and politicians in an effort to change his image. Durk had presented himself as a misunderstood and falsely persecuted artist who was trying to provide a positive message to the downtrodden community he'd emerged from. But it would turn out that this may well have been one big facade, as the world would soon find out the dark reality behind Durk's music is much worse than anyone could have ever imagined. As on October the 24th, 2024, rap...
He ain't just call everything Durk stand for and everything my nigga represented and presented a facade. He ain't do that.
Fans around the world would get news of a bombshell allegation as federal prosecutors would announce that they had charged 5 people connected to Lil Durk's OTF record label and rap group with the murder of a young man named Savia Robinson, aka Lil PAB, the cousin of rival rapper Quando Rondo, who had been brutally shot to death 2 years earlier at a gas station in Los Angeles. With PAB's death, the chilling aftermath caught on camera and broadcast on the news for the whole world to see.
New details tonight in a deadly shooting near the Beverly Center. We've learned the victim is a friend of rapper Quando Rondo. Video from the scene appears to show Quando Rondo distraught while first responders move the body. So far, no.
I ain't gonna lie. Everybody was making fun of Quando Rondo for that shit, gang. And then my nigga, bro, you know what? I ain't gonna
arrests have been made. It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people in one car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back. Deputies found it peppered with bullet holes and a shattered window. One man inside, a member of Rondo's entourage, had been shot. The 23-year-old was taken to the hospital where he died. A scene left with remnants of the fight, shoes left in the street, doors flung open. Shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Then what made that shit like 30 times worse, you know what I'm saying? The diss songs that they made after that shit, they put the Quando Rondo they put that little shit in there, gang, you feel me?
Details and footage of this disturbing murder would be seen and read all around the world. But not only was it a brutal hit, carried out in broad daylight with no regards for the safety of the public, but it took place next to one of the most popular tourist attractions in the city, the Beverly Center shopping mall. The brazen murder that ironically bared the hallmarks of a similar murder carried out in Chicago 2 years prior, where another rap rival of Lil Durk's.
Okay, so that's what the fuck. You feel me? These niggas, look, he was moving sloppy, gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the high end places, gang. Like, not in the trenches, folks. Not in the trenches. He was moving sloppy, gang.
FBG Duck was gunned down by a group of 6 men, with that crime also being caught on surveillance footage in its entirety. Once again in broad daylight, in a busy tourist hotspot, a high-end fashion district, with the murder happening right outside the Dolce & Gabbana store.
Well, Rob, Chicago police tell me that these 3 victims were targeted, that 4 men in 2 different vehicles came down Oak Street, stopped right here in the middle, and started firing. Lights, sirens, and crime scene tape taking over one of Chicago's most notable streets. Word is spreading on social media that the 26-year-old man pronounced dead is a well-known Chicago rapper.
To see this happen in the middle of the day is very, very disturbing.
And just like in the murder of Lil PAB, FBG Duck was left to die in the middle of the street, traumatizing innocent members of the public, one of whom was even hit in the crossfire.
Hey, y'all, what's going on? I'm here. I'm in the Gold Coast. I'm in the Gold Coast right now. Hey, man, I was just riding my bike, y'all. I'm just riding my bike. Man. They shot FBG Duck, man. I don't know who shot him, man. I just ran into this, y'all. Man.
But interestingly, all of the men who were involved in the murder of FBG Duck were found guilty of murder, despite the fact that for over a year while the case was being built, they seemingly ran free, expecting no consequences and incriminating themselves extensively. Some of those...
They said they ran free. You know he be in tune and shit. You know he be watching the School of G and shit. And the School of G said, y'all let all the niggas run free until they went to prison. You know what I'm saying? He be trying to be funny and shit, gang.
People involved in the murder were dead by the time the FBI swooped in and delivered justice, and many of those involved were close friends of Lil Durk himself. One of those convicted, Marcus Smart, known in the streets and on songs as Moo-Wop, was a very close friend of Durk's, even being seen on flights with Durk, flexing wads of cash shortly before his arrest, and posing for pictures, calling himself Gangsta Killer.
What that is? I gotta get on live. What that is? Who got the most views? Let's see that. Who got the most views? It's yours.
All of this isn't a good look for Durk, but the most important piece of the puzzle is another infamous figure in the Chicago gangland, as well as its buzzing drill music scene. Infamous Black Disciple member and apparent leader of the O-Block faction of the gang, King Von. Allegedly, Von had orchestrated the murder of Duck and put a 6-figure bounty on his head prior to the murder, but this wasn't Von's first time taking a...
Hold on, before you pay for yet another app to manage your team, let me introduce you to Connect Team, the one platform that replaces all of these. I'm talking
a life in Chicago. Von had allegedly killed 7 people in the gang war between the Black Disciples and the Gangster Disciples in Chicago, something that I broke down in detail in a 3-hour documentary on my channel, where I actually argued that he indeed met the FBI's definition of a serial killer. Somehow, Von...
I know y'all watched that 3 hours. I did too, but I didn't watch it all at the same time. That's what I'm telling y'all I'm gonna do with this video. You know what I'm saying? But last time I watched it, I wasn't on YouTube, but this one I'm on YouTube. So it makes sense to react to it with y'all, gang, you feel me? But I'm gonna break it up. I'm posting these motherfuckers every day. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part. It's probably gonna be like 10 parts. You feel me? But y'all let me know if y'all fucking with it. I ain't seen nobody else do it. And I ain't seen nobody else react to this. At least I'm trying, gang. At least I'm giving an effort. You feel me? Y'all let me know if y'all gonna stick around for 10 days. That's all I ask for, gang. 10 days. 10 days, gang. Subscribe.
Always managed to evade justice, either beating his murder charges in court due to lack of evidence, or not being charged at all due to the fact that his murders were usually committed in the dead of night in the slums of Southside Chicago, rather than the broad daylight assassinations that his friends would later carry out in front of the public. King Von was one of Lil Durk's best friends, and when Von beat his last murder charge at the end of 2017, he decided to follow in Lil Durk's footsteps, becoming a drill rapper too, and openly rapping about the many murders he'd allegedly committed. Von's raps, openly bragging about real murders he'd apparently committed, made him a star in drill music, and with Lil Durk's help and guidance, he quickly became the most buzzing gangster rapper in drill music. But in his heart, Von was still a violent thug, and his tendencies to commit brazen violence would begin to impact Durk's career. In 2019, Von and Durk, along with 2 other people, would be accused of attempted murder and armed robbery, with the 2 appearing in court together.
Case against a rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward. Today, Lil Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial. On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Banks, and his co-defendant, Devon Bennett, were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper and Bennett listened to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim...
You could tell, like Durk wasn't really like, what the fuck you want? Like, you know we ain't supposed to be, you feel me? Respect these motherfucking people and stop trying to talk to me, gang. Like, what? Type shit. You can tell that was the type of...
Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended up in the parking lot of the Varsity. That's when Witherspoon said he was robbed and shot.
Interestingly, Durk looked stressed and nervous in court, while Von looked comfortable and in a familiar domain. Durk and Von would refer to themselves over the years as the Evil Twins. And in one song titled Evil Twins, they referred to themselves as that and went back and forth, repeating, if you do it, I'ma do it. Even saying, go hop out the car and do it. Clearly, Von was a dark and negative influence on Lil Durk in his career. Von was in the habit of doing real crimes and rapping about them in his music without a care for who heard it. And if Von did it, then Durk would begin doing it too. But unfortunately for the Evil Twins, Von would suddenly die in November 2020 after launching an unprovoked beating on the rapper Quando Rondo in front of an Atlanta hookah lounge. Sometimes in life, every action has a reaction, and the reaction from this beating resulted in one of Quando's friends, Lil Tim, jumping out of the car, opening fire, and killing King Von. Ironically, Von, the demonic killer turned rapper, who had seemingly murdered 7 people in Chicago and got away with it, ended up getting shot dead after starting a fistfight with a rapper rather than in a shootout with gangsters. His feud with Quando Rondo started on the internet rather than in the streets, off the back of a back and forth with Quando's friend and label mate NBA Youngboy, who seemingly didn't want to proceed with a collaboration with King Von. This was followed by a petty back and forth where Von took pictures with the mother of Youngboy's child. Von essentially died over nothing more than an internet back and forth with a rapper, turned fight, turned self-defense shootout, and in the end, he was no longer here to face the music for the murders that he'd done and arranged. But after King Von died, Lil Durk was still running free. And interestingly, after Von's death, Durk was able to make a maneuver and have the attempted murder and armed robbery charges he caught with Von miraculously dropped. The sudden and tragic death of King Von meant that Lil Durk had a second chance to escape the cycle of violence and focus on his music career. But despite his promising rap career, it would seem...
So, they said it was unexpectedly dropped after, you know what I'm saying? But Butter said Lil Durk did the same thing with King Von, you know what I'm saying? So when Von died, Lil Durk said it was Von who did that shit. Y'all let me know, gang. I don't know. I'm asking a question, gang. Don't look at me like I said the shit.
That the death of his evil twin, King Von, consumed Lil Durk. And in the midst of the killing of one of Chicago's most dangerous rappers, who seemingly always got revenge for any of his friends that were killed, a dark trend would emerge, where fans would goad Lil Durk, begging him to get revenge or slide for Von, with rival rappers like 6ix9ine even mocking Durk openly and asking why he hasn't avenged his friend, ultimately showing off the infamous text that said slide for Von in blood, and the music video for his song Gine, and rapping that his friend got shot and he just made music about it, taunting Durk, telling him to get a gun and go and get some get back, and saying that he knew he wouldn't ride out and get revenge for his friend on his own. Clearly, all of this trolling struck a nerve with Lil Durk, and not only did Durk lose Von, but over the years, he's lost over 30 friends to street violence, up to the point where fans have speculated that he's actually cursed, as I broke down in another video on the topic. And not only did Lil Durk lose Von in 2020, but in 2021, his beloved blood brother D-Thang was also murdered at a Chicago nightclub in another incident that was seemingly gang-related. Now, just being completely honest, I can't imagine being in that situation. I haven't lost a friend or relative to murder the same way that Durk has, and who knows how the average person would react under this sort of pressure and grief. But ultimately, Lil Durk should have focused on his music career.
That nigga lost his blood brother, and then like his brother, like his mud brother. You know what I'm saying? Nigga lost his blood brother and his mud brother, back to back. You feel me?
The success that he was having and continuing to provide for his family and the people who relied on him. But it would seem that his apparent desire to slide and get revenge was actually stronger than his desire to chase money, success, and security for his loved ones. As he famously rapped on the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy with Babyface Ray, he would rather get revenge than get millions. And he would seemingly know his fate long before the murders happened when he rapped on his song Red Man that when people ask him where he think he'll be in 10 years, he replies, in federal custody. Ultimately, 2 years after Lil PAB was murdered, the indictment...
I'm about to cash a $50,000 check for an accident I was involved in over 5 months ago. The same accident.
Would claim in black and white that this murder was allegedly a get-back for the killing of King Von. But this wasn't a surprise to anyone who'd been paying attention, as within months of the murder of Lil PAB, Lil Durk, others close to him, would begin to claim openly in music and on podcasts that Lil Durk had indeed slid for Von.
Oh, they did something. Oh, slide Von. Oh, you. Oh, yeah. Slide for Von, right? Yeah.
You talk about the slide for Von comments. Still, I don't know if people should say it.
They say you can't say that no more. Why? Oh yeah, because of wait, no.
For reason, I just don't. I'm just doing. Some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water.
I'm saying though, y'all think he was really concerned about the Rico? Like we knew it was coming.
You can't say that no more. Oh, because of FBG Cash? Or who?
Yeah, though. We different in the rap.
Nah, because Lil PAB.
I feel like
no shit.
I never troll.
That shit's crazy.
He got beat up too. Yeah, already. You're not condoning your violence. What? Everybody you telling me about don't matter.
But it wasn't just interviews. In fact, just 4 months after the murder, Lil Durk and his OTF rap collective and label released a project titled Loyal Bros 2. And while many people missed it at the time, this entire project was wall-to-wall with jaw-dropping self-incrimination. Not just from Durk, but his friends and label mates. In fact, when the indictment dropped, reports would soon begin to spread of an unidentified co-conspirator.
I ain't gonna lie, see me, when it comes to music and shit, that's why it's a good thing I'm kind of reacting to the music, because I don't listen to singles, gang. I listen to straight albums. And if I'm listening to an album with an artist, I want to hear just that artist. So if it got hella features, I'm probably not going to, you know what I'm saying? And Loyal Bros had a lot of features, so I wasn't in tune with none of that.
Who had allegedly organized this murder and offered lucrative music opportunities to the other suspects. It could very well be the case that Lil Durk had actually offered his subordinates verses and feature opportunities in exchange for carrying out real murders. Unfortunately now, Lil Durk is charged with murder for hire in the case of Lil PAB, but the dark truth is, this very well may just be the tip of the iceberg. And ever since the paperwork dropped, there's been intense speculation as to whether this was a one-off incident or had Durk actually spent several years using his power, status, and money to have numerous enemies murdered before rapping about it in front of the whole world for everyone to hear. The fact is, there's a total of 6 high-profile murders that Lil Durk is rumored to have orchestrated. So today, we're going to be taking a closer look at those cases to try and work out once and for all whether Lil Durk was really the mastermind behind this series of gruesome murders.
All right, gang, and this is where I'm motherfucking, you feel me? I need everybody to comment right now. 13:55. That's where we left off. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow we're gonna start right here at 13:55, and that's just how we're gonna do it every day until we finish this 4 hours, gang. Y'all let me know if y'all rocking with it. Gang. But comment 13:55 so I know where to pick up tomorrow. It's your boy Foski, man. I catch y'all boys tomorrow, gang. You know how I do it. Make sure you like the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. I'm gone. Ski.